So today we're going to be showing you how to adjust the compression and the rebound on your shock. As you can see, you have two adjustments, one down here on the lower, one up here. So to adjust your rebound, it's this upper one. What you do is you turn it clockwise to make it stiffer and counterclockwise to make it softer. Generally, you won't have to mess with that one though. This right here is your compression adjustment. You turn it clockwise to make it stiffer, and then you turn it counterclockwise to make it softer. Of course, if you're bottoming out or the ride feels too hard, you know to adjust it, either softer or harder. You can also adjust your spring preload through these adjusters here. What that does is it changes your ride height. So the tighter you have that, the higher it makes your ride, but it gives you more ski pressure. And then the lower you have that, it allows you to sit a little bit lower in the rear and gets rid of some of that ski pressure. One of the cool things about the MotoTrax Scout HC is the self-adjusting track. We do this through these little integrated gas shocks on both sides of the rear either wheels. Now what you do to adjust this is you loosen up this upper bolt, this lower bolt on both sides. I'll show you. So just grab them, loosen them up, do that to both sides, of course. And then, as you might have already seen, it started to push back on the track. What you can do is grab it, press down on the rear end a few times. You can see your track has been auto adjusted. And this is something that you can even do trail side if you have the tools, or in your shop on the stand, it doesn't matter. So just go ahead, get these nice and tight back down, get them to the proper torque specs. There you go. That's all it takes to adjust the track on the MotoTrax Scout XC. Alright, so now we're going to show you how to adjust the chain on your MotoTrax Scout XC. First thing you're going to want to do is remove this upper panel right here with the 3 bolts. I already have them removed, so we'll just slide that back and out of the way. Next, you'll see that you have these adjusters here. Every bolt that has a slider on it, there's these 3 upper, and then on this side, the 2 lower. And on this far side, you have the 3 upper as well. What you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to loosen these in order to adjust this outside chain. And you can adjust this outside chain independently of this chain, this inside chain. But if you want to adjust this inside chain, you have to do both. And I'll show you how to do that here in the next step. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to adjust this outside chain independently of this inside chain. So what you're going to want to do, get your wrench, loosen up all the bolts that have the slider here, especially these back ones. Just loosen them a turn or two, nothing big. All right, so once you do that, you use these outside clamshells here. You can see I already have mine adjusted so they're where they need to be. But if you need to slide it forward or back, you get these tighter or looser, just depending on what you need to do. And you'll see they have little Allen cutouts in them to where you can put an Allen wrench in there, turn them to get them where you need to go. So just move those till you get that one tight. Go ahead, take these, get them tightened back down when you're done. Alright, now one thing you want to make sure is you want to make sure that both of these clamshells right here are adjusted to the same position. So whether you count or you're a visual person, just make sure they're lined up. Make sure those chains are lined up with the sprocket and there's no excessive chain wear. Next we'll show you how to adjust this inside chain. So next I'm going to show you how to adjust this inside chain. So first what you're gonna have to do, all the same steps to adjust this outside chain here. You're gonna wanna loosen all of these bolts here, these 3 upper, these 2 lower, and then the 3 across the other side. Then what you're gonna wanna do is cam these all the way forward to where this chain is in its softest setting. And sometimes to do that, you have to get them a little bit loose, push them all the way forward, and then you push the whole track system forward, like the frame forward, and that'll loosen this outside chain fully, but it will not change this inside chain tension. So what you need to do after that is grab your wrenches. You need to get these loosened up in here. Once you get those loosened up, you do almost the same system. You have the clamshells right here. And then what you do is you just take those. You have the Allen cut out on them again, and as you can see, mine's already tensioned. But you can put the Allen in there, get them tight. Make sure they're the same on both sides. And then once you get that fully tightened, you'll notice that you tightened this outside chain just slightly. So you're gonna want to go back and do the same thing. Make sure all these are still loosened, that you didn't tighten them back up, and then move these clamshells, start backing them out, getting this outside chain tighter. Once you get those all the way, make sure they're even again on both sides, and go ahead and tighten down your side panel bolts. And then you can tighten down this hub bolt. Make sure you're ready to go. And that's all it takes to adjust the chains on a MotoTrax Scout XC.